Next up,
Secret Level
secret level preview.
comes out on the 10th.
12th?
Now, do we know if this is all episodes at once, or
I'm
is
assuming it is.
I think it's. I mean, it's Prime, and we've just had Cross, which was all episodes at once. So I would presume
Will
so.
all secret level video episodes drop at once? 15 episodes are 2 drops.
Oh, okay.
Half on December 10th, the remainder on December 17th.
Okay.
I'm so excited. They
Did you
dropped like little
see
teaser trailers for like
they
different
have-
episodes over the last 2 weeks.
Have you seen the Pac-Man one that came out?
Yes, I did. It's so
Now,
different.
I said when we first saw the trailer, there was like a metal ball that was clearly the Pac-Man. I was like, oh, are they going to do like some horror thing?
Yeah. And it's a little bit kind of got that vibe to it.
Potentially it's horror. Very interesting take on like a Pac-Man story of like, what is your purpose? It's like some alien creature. He's like, what's my purpose? And it's like, to feed. I wonder if there was like something floating above him and like the quick teaser. I was like, what if it is people are like Pac-Man has like a person and their purpose is to feed their Pac-Man. And it's like a weird little like controlling robot and they're in some creepy ass planet. It looks like it could be a really fun take on a Pac-Man world.
That's exactly it. So many of these trailers scream, we are having fun with the more about the universe there is in the video game, the less they're straying and the more they're trying to tell a good story. And then the less there is about that universe, like Pac-Man, they're like, how freaky are we allowed to get? And that is the perfect balance for an anthology series.
I bet they had like, here's a list of the IPs that we've got partnered with. And there's like obviously the range of them. And they'll have gone to these different studios and been like, what do you want to like knowing the guy that's the showrunner who did Love, Death and Robots, and he's talked
another
about
brilliant anthology series.
And I've watched stuff where he's talked about that, and it's like they obviously know these studios that they gave the episodes to, and it's like, oh, he said like, oh, we have this story, and it's going to be a very like, for example, I forget which one it is. There's one where it's obviously a lot more dialogue, and it's like, we know you do really good facial rigging and facial and like really good at selling emotion. We think this story would be great for your style of stuff. I wonder if they've gone, oh, we know your style of stuff. You'd be great for the Warhammer 40k one. Or like, here's some of the IPs that are more story driven. We think you could, and they pick one. And they've gone to one studio and they've gone, like, here's some of the things, and they've gone, oh, like, people have left the Pac-Man one because they're like, what the fuck do we do with Pac-Man? And then one studio's gone, how Pac-Man does Pac-Man need to be? And they've gone, it's just the IP, like, you have freedom to do what they want. And they've gone, oh, we have an idea. And they've just, and it's like, okay. He's like, let us cook.
The most diabolical.
And they've come back and he's just gone, what the fuck? But yes, this is Pac-Man. This is such a cool, like they've definitely come back to them and gone, holy shit, this is a really interesting take on this.
Well, and that's the thing. Don't get me wrong, there are lots that I'm really excited for because they have some great IPs. But seeing something that's so, oh, I have no idea what to expect, that's down like right at the top of my list of one of my most anticipated episodes because I'm like, what is this fuckery? I need more.
So this might be a hot take, especially in the gaming space right now.
Okay.
I'm kind of hyped to see what the Concord episode is.
So I saw some people talking about it. One of the 12 people who played and bought the game said that all of the characters you see in the trailer aren't in the game. These must have been year 2 characters that they were going to add and announce alongside the show coming out.
Well, one of them's in the cover of it with the red, like, spiky
fruit. But like, basically all the rest are not in the game. So people think they were going to be like year 2 characters, and this was going to be a way to introduce them into the player base, and then the player base could get excited for them to release.
I mean, here's my thing. I've when we've talked about it, like I mentioned, the concept artists that have shared their work since the fallout of all this. The original concepts for a lot of the characters look so cool and really interesting. And the work, like all the concept art looked super interesting. And then it went through too many cooks, got diluted down, lost some of those like flares that made it look visually interesting. I'm hoping these same concept art got given to the studio. They're an art 3D studio. They're not going to dilute stuff down. They're going to lean into like the little creative details. So then it feels like the concept art.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
If this is a success, I wonder, knowing Sony still owns the IP and like they've shut the studio down, they still have the IP. What if they turn it into just an animated thing? Like, what if the episode slaps and they're like, well, shit, this is how we make our money back?
I think they should have let Concord live until the show came out, just in case.
See. Yeah, because you know what's going to happen now. People are like, "Oh my god, the Concord episode!" And they're like, "Well, where were you when the game was a lot?" And it's like, "Well,
and
you kind of shut it down
with how much it was getting clowned on, you'd have had a bunch of people who saw the episode and go, "That was a good episode," who would have wanted to get on Twitter and go, "Oh, all of you told me this is terrible, but that looks awesome. I'm going to give it a go." If Arcane can convince people to play the hellscape that is League of Legends, I believe this episode of Concord on Secret Level could have got people to go play Concord. Not me, because I have taste, but
I can confirm that next week I will have some form of a high score in a Pac-Man emulator.
Oh, imagine. Should we find an NQ64 somewhere in between me and you? Which probably won't exist because I don't think there's any real cities in between us. And then we'll just go there and we'll play their Pac machine all day and get drunk. That'd be fun. Should we do that as a vlog? Should we become a vlog channel where we get drunk and play video games? But yeah, no, I'm so excited for. I mean, even ever since we saw it first announced, we were like, "Oh, that's interesting." It's been slowly creeping up the release calendar as coming sooner, and it's finally here, and I can't wait.
I mean, I'm hoping the 40k one is in this first half then, because after the Space Marines 2 game, it looks like it's tied to that, so that should be interesting.
And the beauty of an anthology series is you don't have to like all of them.
Yes,
you can absolutely go, "That one's not for me."
I'm fully expecting they'll all visually slap. I think there'll be a couple I'm like, that's cool, but it's not like I'm not that interested in that game, so like I'm not super hyped on.
There's going to be very forgettable ones for everyone.
But I think there is going to be some that were like, oh shit. Like that is like when we get these like cinematics in a video game where they go all out, you're like, wow, that was a sick cinematic. I wish they would do a whole thing of that. We're gonna be like, oh, we got a full episode of like a cinematic.
And like the D&D one's going to be awesome.
Yes.
Warhammer 40k and fucking Mega Man. Mega Man is such a cool IP to have for a show like this. Armored Core eyes. I'm so excited.
Keanu Reeves being in the Armored Core one is very cool. Once again, putting himself in like a cyberpunk sci-fi world.
That is the only one I'm kind of sad we didn't get, but I get it because there is a cyberpunk show and other cyberpunk shows being worked on.
Here's the thing. If this is a success, there'll be a season 2 of this. More games and more opportunities.
But very, very cool, and I can't wait to see it. It's going to be so much fun.